Hey guys, Scripture here with another video, and I wanted to just take a look at the trailer that Star Wars Theory put out for his Vader Episode 2. Just heard about it. The thumbnail looks pretty cool. But let's take a look. First of all though, I just wanted to say I've never actually commented on this. I liked the first one. The first one happened 8 months after he becomes Darth Vader. And there's some things in there that I really, really thought were well done. I mean, obviously the effects were great. Vader's voice was great. When he blocks all the blasts from whatever the Gatling gun thing or whatever, that was pretty cool. The whole thing seems kind of like a vision, right? Because he's strangling the Emperor. And I know that I think it's kind of cool to like focus on their relationship. And the way that like Anakin, as much as he's his servant, he also has anger towards him as well. And I think that's kind of cool. How much of this is real? How much of this is a vision? It's pretty, it's very well done, especially for a fan film. Just an exuberant amount of force power, but it keeps to the edge. To me, the blasters maybe goes a little too far, but it is Vader, so you can rationalize that. And then the scene here with the lightning bolt and blocking it and using the body of the guard and then the lightsaber. This is all totally believable. It's a heightened amount of force power, but it's very believable, which I thought was kind of cool. The space shots are good. The other thing I noticed about this too is the throne of the Emperor in this fan film is very similar to the one that Snoke is sitting on in The Last Jedi. And I mean, I'm assuming he did that on purpose. Star Wars Theory did that on purpose. To tie it in, I guess. I'm not really exactly sure, but it does look a lot like Snoke's throne. Now, again, there's a point where you're kind of like, would Vader really be doing this to the Emperor? So it's like some of it, I'm like, is it just a vision or like what's going on here? And of course it is. And so he kills the Emperor. And this is where it gets next level because you realize that the whole thing is the Emperor's doing. When Padme shows up, and he sees this vision of Padme. It just the way that they did it is top notch. When she turns into the Emperor at the end, and you're just like, what? That was sick. Obviously, it's not perfect. The Emperor's makeup could have been better, things of that nature. But honestly, it's a fan film. This is pretty high end stuff. And I thought this was extremely well done too. The Vader. Or it's Anakin, well, it's Vader, but it's Anakin hanging. I thought it was really well done. There were some people that were saying it looked like crap. And I was like, are you joking? This looks better than when you see Anakin like this in the Kenobi series. Like, the Kenobi series literally looks like a brutal B movie. This actually looks good. This looks really good, and it's a fan film. And even if you don't think it looks really good, the idea that this is worse than what they did in Kenobi, that looked awful. It looked like a plasticine, weird looking. It was terrible. Like, I'm sorry, but that looks sick. Like, I don't care. Like, there's no way. The one in Kenobi was awful. This is way better. It kind of reminds me of how those guys, those CGI guys. I don't remember who it was. Was it Collider or who was it that did the maybe not Collider. I'm stupid, but they did the revamped Luke, like they redid his de-aging from Mando, and it looked like way better. Now, de-aging technology for me is the bottom of the barrel in terms of the problems with Disney Star Wars. Like, if that was how they did the CGI, but the stories were good and the characters were good, I'd be like, you know what, I can get over it very, very easily. But they did a way better job than this massive company. Anyway, super cool vision. Love how the Emperor uses Padme. And when her eyes change, and it's just so good, and the voice changes. The rest of it is kind of just whatever. It's, loyalty and blah, 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 blah. Again, the space scenes the space scene here is really good. Like, I thought that was sick how they used the sort of the Jedi fighters now, because now they're used as like TIE fighters, and that's how they had to do the hyperdrive initially. Like, I don't know. To me, he did a really good job. Is there things you can nitpick? 100%. But I think it's pretty sick. And like the graphics even going on to Naboo are really good. And just the whole scene on Naboo is really, really well done. I don't want to go too long into this, but all I'll say is it's really good. Like, again, even if it wasn't a fan film, even if it was just like a little short that they put as, you know, on as a addition to like a Star Wars DVD or something, a movie or whatever, he did a great job. So I'm excited to actually see this trailer. Okay, so here's the info. You can get a Theory Saber promotion thing. I don't have one. I've never actually seen one. So if you have, let me know in the comment section what those are like. I'm actually very curious. Samuel Kim. I literally work with a guy who knew him and still sort of knows him. And I'm not going to say where he went, but Samuel went somewhere a few years ago or a couple of years ago. Apparently he's back now. So I'm curious to see if we'll see even more music from him now. Apparently he's a really, really nice guy. And he's certainly nice enough to let other creators like myself put his music in their videos. Now, he gets the money from those. That's fine. It's totally how it should be. But, yeah, apparently he's a super, super nice guy. And he makes really, really good music. Here's the official Vader Episode 2 opening scene with temporary music and special effects. The full fan film will be unmonetized and free for all to watch. I will also rent out a massive theater and invite all to come and watch with me. Full episode will be 30 minutes long. I'm in the same province as Theory. I'm so far away. It would be pretty tough, but that'd be super cool to do that too. Anyways, bottom line is I feel like this next one's going to be even better. Like, that one was good. It is. Everything has its flaws, but it's pretty darn good. And I don't know, I'm hooked on that whole like Padme thing, and then it's the Emperor. Like, I thought that was just genius level writing. So it's 30 minutes long. So the first one is only like 12 minutes long, I think, or like 11, and then there's credits or something. It's around there, something like that. So for this to be 30 minutes long, probably with credits, you're looking at like a 25-minute episode. That's pretty sick. Like, at that level of quality, if it's anywhere near the first one. And then episode 2 is same kind of thing, 30 minutes. So, but I have a suspicion the quality is going to be even better. So, because he's done it now, and he's got probably a bigger team, I would presume. Anyways, let's watch this thing. It looks like it's going to be pretty cool. Similar to the other Naboo scene, I think this is Naboo. Maybe it isn't, but I feel like it is. But just high-end quality. Sorry, guys, I've only got it in 720. I've only got it in 720. It's just so much easier to edit and faster for me. But it looks phenomenal. Like, this looks every bit as good as what you'll see. And this is where things are going in media, is fans with AI and with the technology and some money are going to be able to make stuff as good or better than the studios. And I think the studios are scared out of their mind about that. Because even though Theory's unmonetized on this, showing that he can do stuff at that level that maybe even exceeds what they've been doing, just, it puts him on the map. It just, and it makes people realize, hey, you know, we don't need necessarily these guys anymore. Like, I mean, that's just pro, bro. Like, you're not getting anything better than that from Disney. Simple as that. Like, that's just a top-notch, high-end graphic effects. Like, that's super, super good. Okay, you got the Trooper. The red ones. What are the red ones again, guys? I had a hard time getting into the Clone Wars. And there's a lot of stuff in the Clone Wars that creates problems for the prequels for me. The inhibitor chips, for one, is just totally pointless. You could have just had them be, you know, what they were, which was their genetic makeup makes them follow orders, particularly from the Emperor. Like, you didn't need to do that. But I think they did that to placate to people that were mad about the prequels. And this is a Filoni thing, because if you look at, and I don't know how involved he was in Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi. I think he was involved, though, to some degree for sure. I don't understand, like, the whole Rise of Skywalker movie was an attempt to placate to people that were mad about things that had happened previously, or to placate to Reylos, or whatever. And again, you put that against Trevorrow's version, it was very different. His wasn't great either, But at least he wasn't placating, and he was just doing the right thing. He was trying to do the right thing by Finn and by Kylo Ren's character and stuff like that, and Rey as well. So I'm not a huge fan of that story, but certainly more than I was the actual what we got with Rise of Skywalker, which is just a giant placation. Like, that's a nice shot. It's a nice shot. I mean, that's nice. He's even got a little bit of the lens flare, and there's a little bit of the JJ stuff. But I don't mind lens flares as long as they're not doing them every second shot like JJ does. But this looks... I mean, can't really argue. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of excited to see what he does here with the episode 2. I mean, that looks good. I don't know what else to say. The thing for me that's going to be interesting, too, is how the live-action characters look and how they go about that, because so far this is pretty much all CGI, I would presume. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so really short little sort of clip. And I think ultimately this is really just giving us the level of quality that we should expect, more than anything. You know, he didn't give away anything to do with what's going on in the episode whatsoever, other than just some clone troopers arriving at what appears to be Naboo. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. I think the quality looks like it's going to be top notch. And at the end of the day, like, whatever comes out of this, and whether or not I'm crazy about the storyline or not, or whatever, like there's rumors Windu's coming back in it and stuff like that. Whatever happens, I will say this: no matter what, I really appreciate the fact that there's a guy out there doing this, regardless. You know, I think that's cool. I think I think it's great. In fact, it's a dream of mine to have the resources to do my own Star Wars stories that I think are just superior writing. I think my sequels reimagined, which you can watch on my channel, is just superior writing. It doesn't look the best all the time, but it's just superior writing. It makes more sense. It reworks the scenes from the sequels in an order that makes more sense, and the characters have far more depth. Rey goes through a massive arc, like just light years past, and I think Theory's going to do a good job. I think he's going to do honor to the characters and the lore. That's the type of person he is. And again, regardless, you have to appreciate this. This is pretty cool. Let me know in the comment section what you think. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. What's up to the channel? Feel free to check anything else on my channel. Have yourselves a really good day.